All right, thanks so much for coming with us here today at SDSU-IV. I'm Carol Stevenson. I'm the program manager with Higher Education Legal Service, a program of Jewish Family Service in San Diego. And we're out here talking about higher education legal service and the free immigration legal services that we provide to all of the community here at SDSU-IV. So we are a free immigration legal service provider, and today I'm going to be talking to you about our services. All right, so what we'll be going over is just all about higher education legal service, or HELS, talk about how to access the services. We're going to give a short policy update about DACA. There's been a lot in the news lately about DACA, so we want to tell you a little snippet about that. And then we just have time for questions and answers. So you can ask anything through Instagram, or we have folks in the room right here. So we're looking forward to answering all your questions today. All right, so actually we wanted to hear a little bit about your favorite holiday celebration. We have just finished the high holidays at Jewish Family Service, and we're going into lots more holidays. So we wanted to get to know each other a little bit and hear about some favorite holidays of anyone that's either in the room or joining us online.
For me, it's Halloween.
Halloween
is my favorite one. I love dressing up for Halloween, and I'm hoping I can recuperate my costume for Batgirl and be Batgirl for this Halloween.
Nice. Yeah, Halloween seems to kick off the whole rest of the holidays that are coming up. All right, well, moving right along. Okay, so what about HELS? What is this thing? So Higher Education Legal Service provides free legal services for students, staff, and faculty of San Jose State University. Anyone that is enrolled, people that work here on the campus. We also, it's really special for the CSUs. We can provide that free legal services for immediate family members as well. So that tends to be like brothers and sisters, parents, children, people that live in your household that are immediate family members. We also provide these free legal services for alumni for up to 2 years. So after you've graduated, you can still come back to HELS and get those free immigration legal services. We're on site at the SDSU main campus every week. So we're there on Tuesdays right now. So if you want to meet someone in person, you can go there on Tuesdays, or today we're out in IV. So we also make appointments that you can have here on site at the IV campus. We're here less often, but the next time we're going to be here is going to be on November 10th. So you can go online. We're going to talk about how you sign up for those appointments, and we'll show you how you can do it in person as well. Everything that we do with Higher Education Legal Service is completely confidential. So if you sign up with us, you can call us or do it online. Your campus doesn't even know that you've made the appointment. We're very confidential. It's very important to us. Everything you tell us is completely held in trust. It's an important part of our services. We are totally free, but sometimes there is a cost for the filing fees or filing an application with the government. So that may be your responsibility. You also may be eligible for getting those filing fees covered. So we don't want that to stop anybody from making an appointment for a consultation, because a consultation would be completely free anyway. But you should ask us about funds that are available for DACA applications and for citizenship applications. All right, some of the topics that we can help with, we can provide those services, are naturalization. That's our legal term for citizenship. So if you are able to become a citizen, we can help you fill out that paperwork. We can help people with green cards. We do DACA renewals all the time, and you can come find out about DACA initials as well. We can tell you about the Real ID and AB 60. We're also giving updates all the time. So there's any kind of legal question around immigration, we're happy to talk to you about. So you can come in just to get general information, to see about your situation. We encourage people to come in just to understand what they may be eligible for, or if they're not eligible, kind of the risks that they may be facing and how to protect themselves and their families. So really important for us to arm ourselves with knowledge. It's really powerful to know the situation you're in and how you, best practices of things to do and to be careful about. All right, so in order to schedule an appointment, it's super easy. This is an example of our website. If you can scan this QR code, you can get right to our website. There's a nice little button there that says schedule appointment, and you can do that for any campus, really. So when you go to that, the website, you'll see it's organized by campus. But as a student or staff or faculty in the SDSU community, you can go to any of those campuses for the services. So you're not limited to just looking at the appointments available within San Diego State. We have in-person and virtual appointments available. So as I mentioned briefly before, all the appointments, you can go to any school and get a virtual appointment, of course, so those are through Zoom. And then we're at some specific campuses. So we're at the San Diego State University campuses once a week, the main campus. We are also at CSU San Marcos. We're at Southwestern College, Miracosta College, and Cuyamaca College as well. Oh, and there's the list that I just mentioned: San Diego State, Cal State, San Marcos, Southwestern, Miracosta. We are temporarily not at City College, but we are at Cuyamaca College. Okay, and now for our quick update. So, so in the last few months, DACA has had some new information come out. Back in August, the Biden administration announced a new rule. So the DACA eligibility, as we know it, has been put into the Code of Regulations. So it's an official rule now, and this was intended to strengthen DACA as it exists now. That will go into effect at October 31st, which is, I think, coming up in the next week or so. So in the meantime, we also heard just a couple of weeks ago about a decision that came down from the Fifth Circuit Court. Now, that court had agreed with the prior court that the way that DACA was implemented was unlawful. So that was not great news for us in our community. However, it is returning the case back to the prior court because of this new rule that the Biden administration has implemented. So while the Biden administration was strengthening DACA, this court came down and said the original way that it was implemented was not done the right way. So we're still pretty much in the same position we were before. Nothing has really changed day to day. The most important thing for anyone that is eligible for DACA, may be eligible for DACA, has DACA, needs to renew DACA, or may need to renew DACA. If you're in any of those situations, you want to find out more, we encourage you to come talk to us anytime if you have any questions at all. Again, you can renew your DACA if you have DACA. We encourage you to do that 6 months or even more before your expiration. You can come in anytime just to find out more details about these new policies and what's happening and what will be happening in the coming months. So don't hesitate to come and make your appointment with us. Talk to us about your DACA, your renewal, about initial applications. If your DACA has expired, please come talk to us. We really want to support the community in these really uncertain times. All right, and we also have presentations coming up. We will be back here on the campus at SDSU-IV on November 10th. We'll both be doing in-person appointments, and also we'll be talking more about these DACA updates. So we'll go into much more detail about what's going on and what your questions about DACA specifically, what's happening, what to expect in the coming months. So that will be on November 10th. Here on campus, and then also hopefully online as well. We have a few other presentations that are webinars, so anyone can come to these that we have here. On November 15th, we'll talk about income generating opportunities for folks without employment authorization. So if you don't have work authorization, there are ways to work and make money and generate some income that may be a little untraditional, but we want to work with you and talk about what those could be and get some resources out for that. That's going to be at noon on November 15th with some really great guest speakers. And then at the end of the year, we do a roundup of what happened all year long. So on December 8th, we'll have immigration updates at a year in review. There's been various things going on, DACA and other things as well that we can remind. And if you missed anything, you can get those updates then. Again, that's a noontime webinar on December 8th. So we'd love to have you join us for any of those three. All right, and that rounds out my general information. We can take a pause for a minute and see if there's questions here or online.
Yes, I have a question. You know, with all of the changes, and then on one hand, it looks like there's some looking into the DACA being straightened, but on the other hand, on the 31st, well, with the recent ruling with it being titled as or as unlawful, with all of those changes, what do you think is the main thing that DACA and non-DACA recipient students should know?
The main thing to know is to come talk to a trusted legal provider. So HELS is here for free, and we are really happy to talk to you about that. Like you say, there's a lot of different situations you might be in, right? You might be wondering if you're eligible for DACA. You might be eligible and apply. Maybe you applied, but your case is still pending because we have those ones that are sort of in limbo right now. We have folks that need to renew. And we have folks that have expired DACA. So there's a lot of different situations out there, and all of those should come talk to us because while nothing has really changed day to day, we know that renewals need to happen. People need to find out the risks that may be out there, the benefits they may be eligible for, really looking at every case specifically and going into like your own history and what you've been experiencing is really important to do that on a case-by-case basis. So come on down and be sure to make an appointment with HELS.
Thank you. And for our online audience, you're welcome to post your questions below. But also, if you have maybe follow-up questions or maybe a specific question that you want to ask related to your situation, you are more than welcome to join our one-on-one sessions happening today on campus in N107 from 1 to 2 o'clock. So if you have a specific question that you want to ask, you're more than welcome to join us on campus in N107 and 107 from 1 to 2 o'clock. Carol, thank you so much. And just once again to emphasize, so we do have an upcoming event as well in November 10th. So that is going to be a session more focused on the updates with DACA and also just having the opportunity to ask also specific questions, but also get specific information. And that's going to happen November 10th in the same place, same time, LA4 from 11:45 to 12:45. And for our guests who are looking into tuning into that session, what can they expect to learn from the session coming up in November 10th?
Yeah, absolutely. So we talk a little bit about what's been going on with DACA, like getting us up to date to where we are. It's not necessary to know all the ups and downs of the court cases, but sometimes it's a little helpful to understand that both there are folks that have been fighting for DACA and fighting for all of us in the undocumented community, that there is an effort to have relief for everyone. So it helps us to sort of get that context and understanding of how we got to where we are today. So we do a little bit of that. And then we talk about those two recent changes, right? The court case and the new rule. And we go into detail of what that means for those different categories now. So what does that mean? Briefly, there's not a lot changing day to day, but it's helpful to really go into the detail to understand it, so you understand it for your own experience. And then we talk a little bit about something called advanced parole. So for those that do have DACA, there's a way to be able to get a travel document to travel internationally and come back to the United States. And so we talk a little bit about that. So if you do have DACA and you want to travel outside of the United States for very specific purposes, we can talk a little bit about how that can be done. And again, we talk more about how to make these appointments with us, so that you can be sure to talk to someone that is experienced in immigration.
Thank you so much. So I think that wraps up our questions that we have here, but if you're shy and you'd rather ask a one-on-one question, again, you're more than welcome to join us and 107 from 1 to 2 o'clock, where we're going to be having one-on-one sessions. But for now, this wraps up our session, kind of giving us a 411 on who HELS is, and also the services that they provide, but also the continued engagement that we're going to see with HELS and collaboration here on campus. So I do want to give Carol the last word, if you just want to share some concluding thoughts that you want our audience to know before we end our session.
Thank you so much, Dr. Falcone. It's really great to be here. We're really honored to be part of the campus community. Again, we really encourage everyone to come, and reminding you that we have these free legal services. You can get appointments within a week or so. It's really unique that the campus community can get these legal services. So we really encourage you to be empowered with knowledge and come down and find out more about your individual situation. So hope to see you soon.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks. That was fun.
And we can just share in the caption. Carol, yeah, thank you. I think this is gonna also encourage students to participate,
Yeah.
maybe join.
Yeah.
There is another component. I think I've shared this before, but I'll say it again. Right now, our undocumented student community is very much like, I would say, underground, meaning, and I really think that it's the institution's responsibility to ameliorate that and create opportunities.
Yeah.
It's not the case, but that's where we're at right now. A lot of students are very afraid to share.
Sure.
Definitely their situation, even so I think having more and more events like this one, but with I think the presence speaks a lot. It really says a lot for students to know that there's, we have this on campus. So I think this is a good beginning.
Yeah, good. I think so too. Do you think also we should, we don't have a lot of our stuff in Spanish. We should, let me give you some more things. I'm working on getting more things in different languages, and it seems like this campus could really maybe doing presentations bilingually or in Spanish. What do you think? Is there...
Yeah, I think it. I mean, I would say our campus is very bilingual.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good point because they're college students. So
yeah, and yes, I think our campus is very bilingual. I would say that sometimes Spanish does speak to the heart at times. And maybe that's my personal, I would say, bias. Like I feel like you get closer to the emotion.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I think you're right? Like it takes time to build trust. So certainly we know that right? That's part of our work as well.
Yeah,
And
it's our
so-
responsibility.
Yeah,
It's not the students, it's us, and we
Right.
need to create practices that will, oh, sorry, I stole your water. I'm
Oh,
so sorry.
sorry.
And we
Thank
need
you.
to create practices that will,
yeah, yeah. And
foster
so,
that challenge.
yeah, and part of that is just being more consistently out here and, you know, yeah, working with you. So we're really happy to be able to come. I thought about enough stuff with other study also. For this.
And I think, do you think this would be nice to, like, show students where the one-on-one sessions are happening, like via this Instagram, and then maybe introduce them to our attorney? And I'm saying like this Instagram, not live, but
Like a video?
yeah, like a, you know, the story or the story. Hey, just,
Those are Spanish and then these are English, but they're little. So we don't hand out.
I think these are definitely can encourage the one-on-one appointments. And we'll walk over with
Okay.
you to
Great.
the one-on-one sessions and. Your colleague's name again?
Maru.
Maru. Yeah. Do you think Maru would be okay with a Instagram story? I know some people are shy.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like to ask.
Well, ask her, yeah.
I feel like she would be. She's been great about everything.
Such a pretty campus.
Yeah, that's sweet. It seems to have history. Has it been here a long
Since
time?
1959, so it's been a while. And we're going through a growth spurt.
Yeah. Oh, good. That's exciting. Oh, and I brought you more of these.
I will, let me sign out of everything because.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was leaving everything on.
I'm a graduate assistant
Oh.
for the cross-cultural center with Dr. Falcon.
Nice.